Hello, so in this video I want to show you some of the connectivity options on a Galaxy S4. So we've got a completely stock Galaxy S4 here. What we've then got is a Samsung USB on the go cable, so it's got a micro USB connection on one end and a USB connection on the other, and we're going to connect up a memory stick to this device, and we're just going to take the device and we're going to pop it in like so. We'll get a notification on the screen to say that it's connected. It'll bring up the files and we can then play the content that's actually on the memory stick. So there's a video there. You can still do the usual things of orientating it in different positions. I can then go and view a user manual that I've got on the device. So that's a PDF file there. So it can come out of that. It's always safe to, or best to eject safely. It'll come up with a little notification once it's safe to remove that, so I will do that now. There we go. Now, using the same USB on the go cable, what I'm going to do is connect in a USB hub. So I'm going to connect that to that like so, and I'm going to connect the memory stick to the hub like that. I'm then going to connect that back in there. We'll see it's connected. And we should then be able to go into the USB drive A and get back to the video that we were playing previously. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back a screen and you see USB drive A. I'm now going to connect another memory stick. We've got a little LED notification light to show that it's working. It's picked up the drive and that's got an image on it, so I can view that back on screen. If I go back, you can see that we've got both drives attached there. I'll now safely eject that, so that can be removed. So that's showing thumb drives working through a USB hub. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a Western Digital 250 gig USB hard drive, so this isn't externally powered. I'm going to connect that into the USB on the go cable, and then I'm going to pop that into it. USB connector has been connected. I can hear the drive spinning, and then it's brought up the contents of the hard drive, so I can play a video back. I can go and see other files that I may have on the device, so that shows that working. So I will safely eject that now. What I'm then going to do is show you a PlayStation controller connected up to it. So pull out the hard drive and go back to the home screen here. And we're going to take a PlayStation controller, connect it up via the USB host cable again. Connect that in. It says USB connector connected. And we should shortly be able to navigate around screen using the controller. There we go. It takes a few seconds to load up. So you'll see I'll use the analog sticks and I'm moving through the menu, so I can tap into the camera. I can press triangle to go back home. I can navigate around the home screen using the cursor keys or the analog stick. Now I'm using Apex Launcher here, so there may be some differences in the way your device sort of looks, but you get the idea, and of course you can use that for gaming as well. You don't need to safely remove that in quite the same way. So if I just pull that out, put that to one side. Now another connectivity option we have is Bluetooth, and if you see I've actually got this switched on, and what I've then got is a Motorola Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. So I'll try and get this all in one shot. So you can see I've got the mouse working on screen here, so I can go through to my apps. So let's go into the web browser, for example. And what I'm going to then do is I'm going to type on the keyboard. So you can see here, so typing away. Put too many W's in there, so delete that out. And there we go, we're at clove.co.uk. Can go here, I could then go into my messaging, compose a new message, click down into here and go. So that's using the keyboard. You can see I can click back to my home screen, press and hold, and I've got my running apps. You know, so it's complete control. Here I can use some of the shortcuts. Now some don't work on this keyboard, so I'm trying to go to messaging there, for example. It's not actually working because of the configuration of this keyboard. But the music key then worked. It's gone to pull up my music. It's allowing me to change the volume. I can then mute it. So you can get the idea. I've even got a back button just out of shot here. So if I went into, press that and up into there, press the back button, and I'm back at my home screen. In terms of additional connectivity, it really depends on your perception, but we can go into the settings of the Galaxy S4. And I can go into more, and I've got storage, and you can see here I've got device memory, but I've also got an SD card in here, and it's totaling 29.71 gig. That's because under the back cover, we just remove it, there is a micro SD card slot, so I've got a 32 gig card in there, but it can take 64 gig cards, so that's an extra form of connectivity. Of course, the micro USB port on the bottom not only acts as USB hosting, you can use it for connecting to a computer for data transfer, for charging as well. You've got the MHL connectivity, which we'll come on to in a moment, and because this is a high-end device, you've also got other connection options through nearby devices with DLNA. So I can switch on file sharing, and it'll pick up other devices that are allowed, and I can control some of the contents here. I've got screen mirroring with another device, so you can see there it's actually picked up my Samsung all-share cast dongle, which is connected to the television in my lounge. There's other demos of that, but it works because it's screen mirroring, so I can turn that off there. You've got other connectivity options through NFC and S-Beam, so that uses Wi-Fi Direct. Wi-Fi Direct's a great service that you can use to share content. If I just go into an apps on here, if you're with other S4 users, there is group play, so you can join a group or create a group, and it basically pick up other devices that are enabled, and you can share music, pictures, documents using the Wi-Fi technology built into it, and that's another connectivity option. And then finally, we're now going to show you the MHL connectivity of the Samsung Galaxy S4. What we've got connected up here in the corner is a Samsung Galaxy S4 MHL adapter. We've connected the HDMI cable to the television. We've also got mains power connected, and if we connect this into the phone, we will get the content of the phone screen displayed on the HD display, like so, and we can use the phone without any limitation, and it all play back on the HD display. Now, one of the advantages of the Galaxy S4 is if we just disconnect the MHL adapter for a second, we can also disconnect the power from the adapter, so that we have just the HDMI cable and the adapter. If we connect that into the phone, it will reconnect back up on screen, and we can use it without having to connect to a power source. And if you check out our YouTube channel, you'll actually see in another video that the Galaxy S3 MHL adapter works with the S4, The difference being the refresh rate on screen. So the S4 MHL adapter works at 60 Hz, whereas the S3 works at 24 Hz. So that's the Galaxy S4 connected to an HD display.